I truly do believe that I have a shared responsibility with many others out there to help raise the frequency, to raise the consciousness of humanity as a whole. Even though our words, even though our content will never be shared by the masses, we still continuously do what we do because as long as we get one other person to wake up, that in itself is multiplication. I woke up one other person. One person that knew some information just became two. Two becomes four. Four becomes eight. Eight becomes 16, and so on and so forth. Even if it comes from me and I never get any credit, even if any of us are never the ones that are credited with it, we did our role. And when we fade away from this level of existence and we get the scoreboard, when we're with God, with the universe, with the ethers to see what we did if we fulfilled our purpose, hey, we can move on to the next level of consciousness, the next level of existence happily because we did what we were supposed to do. You feel me? However, I will admit that it is kind of discouraging when the same people that you want to help voluntarily put themselves back to sleep. Over and over, you try to pry their eyes open and they just say, no, I want to stay asleep. Hey, but what about this interesting fact? No, 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 no. I didn't see that on Instagram. I didn't see that on the news. I didn't read that in the newspaper. I don't want to see it. They didn't teach me that in school. I don't want to hear it. And you're just sitting there like, okay, how many of you have read the books from the multimillionaires of how to get rich? How many of you read the books by the billionaires, and how many of you are billionaires now? The billionaires will never give you the secrets. They'll give you a few little mindset tweaks. They'll give you a few little hints, but they will never give you the full sauce. Why? Because if you become a billionaire, if all of the world becomes billionaires, who's going to run their factories? Who's going to produce the stuff that they've benefited from so much? They will never give you the full secrets. But you keep on biting at the bit, hoping that they do. Why is it that the people that we want to save will consistently fall for the same tricks over and over and over? How many times do I have to tell you, whenever there is division, whenever they ask you to pick sides, that is evil forces at work? We are trying to return to unity consciousness where we all know that we are a part of the same divine consciousness. We are all just people here that want to live a good life, but yet they get you easily. They bring you into teams. Pick your favorite team. You want to be a Raiders fan or a Packers fan? You want to like the Red Sox or the Yankees? And they will get people so riled up, divide, distracting you from the main problems out there. Now, once again, I'm not saying don't have your fun with life, but come on, fam. Y'all, we got whole countries being robbed of their resources. We got continents being robbed of their resources. We have all societies, whether you are American, Chinese, Japanese, African, Zimbabwean, Atlantean, I don't care. There's something going on that is keeping everyone divided. We got religions that the practitioners aren't even practicing the original religion no more. You see? And then amongst the people that are, you're still divided up into your different little blocks when all of you are talking about God, all of you are talking about how to live a virtuous life, all of you are talking about how to be the best human being you can be during this world, but yet, because y'all are saying it in a different way, you thus hate each other now. At what point are you going to realize whenever there are stark divisions in there, there's a reason for it? Bringing it back to America, we are now beefing, and at least on the internet anyway, we are now beefing over Donald Trump and Lizard Man Musk. We are picking sides over billionaires. Whether your side is right or wrong, it don't matter. These are billionaires. They don't live in your world. Why are we giving so much energy and focus to the top 1%, the 1% of the 1%? Why are we so focused on them and not we as the 99% working together to fix our own problems? Every election that we have, we are picking between a billionaire and a 100 millionaire. People that don't live in the world that we live in. Easy example, North Korea and South Korea. There is a little line that you can't cross. If you're North Korean, you don't dare cross that line into South Korea. If you're South Korean, you don't dare cross that line into North Korea. But let me just bring you all back real quick. In every respective military, most of these people are just there for the check, or they're just there because they have to be or they're supposed to be. Most of them will not turn a gun on their own people. Most of them will not turn a gun and open fire on their own people. So if North Koreans and South Koreans all lined up in mass, thousands of you, just lined up in mass, and just walked across the line, those 4 guards at that freaking gate will not do anything to you. But the handful of people at the top have brainwashed you all into not doing anything. I'll die if I do it. Yes, you will die if you are the one person that does it. But if you show up in mass, nothing is going to happen to you because they're not going to open fire on all of their own people because that would expose them. If they don't have the 99% to hide behind, all there's going to be left is the 1%. That's simple mathematics. And if they're exposed, the jig is up for them. That's why they will be forced to stand down if we unify. But no. I forgot homeboy's name in Africa that's like bringing all the African civilizations together. Yo, they're raping and pillaging our land. They consistently tell us in the mainstream media that Africa, that this country is the poorest country ever. This is the poorest country ever, poorest country ever. But we got Chinese, European, American people all going over there, taking out all of the resources from there and shipping it back home. But yet Africa is the poorest nation in the world? Well, if they're so poor, why are you getting rich off of their poorness? It's almost like we're being lied to about everything. And homie that's trying to unify everything has already had several attempts on his life. Why is it that when people are doing good, their life is always in danger, and the people that are doing bad are always buffered? It's almost like everything's being controlled by the bad people to silence the good people. Why is it that no matter what we do as the people that want to expose this type of stuff are never listened to, but the celebrities are? Because they keep you dumb. They keep you dumb and entertained. Well, I forgot what the word is. Like Dr. Delbert Blair. If y'all know the quote, feel free to put it in the comments. But it's like it keeps you dumbed down, inoculated, vaccinated, and I would throw entertained in there. But there was like a list. I'll have to go find it later. I'm going off the top. I'm going now. But nevertheless, these are the things that keep us in place. Don't question authority. The Wizard of Oz told us, don't look behind the curtain. You know, with religion, they tell everyone they tell everyone that for those that look behind the curtain, those are the evil ones. Get away from them. And we'll be like, yo, guys, there's a dude with a microphone telling you everything that's pretending to be your God. That's pretending to be this. That's pretending to be an authority. Guys, no, they said that we ignore you. Bro, he's on video. This is him right here. No. And then we get excommunicated and exiled and all this type of stuff and judged and chastised and all this type of stuff. And it's just like, guys, like, with religion, I've told you 1,000 times, 8 billion times that the Bible is not the complete Bible. There are so many books, so much information taken out of it because it gave you too much power. It removed the power from the church. So they got rid of it. The words of Jesus that you love so much, the words of Yahweh, Yeshua, whatever, the words that you care for so much. If I say that there's like the Nazarene gospel, the gospel of 12, where Jesus had more things, y'all won't go read it because it's not part of the Bible. Well, excuse me, there's more things that homie said, and they seem to be very important. You see what I'm saying? And if we knew that, society as a whole can begin to heal, but y'all don't want to hear us. Let's not get too deep because people already clicked off right there. This is 8 minutes. Yeah, 8-9 minutes, people are already gone. But nevertheless, it's like, how many lies do you need to believe in? I was just walking through the grocery store the other day, right? And it's funny because Natural Grocers is a good grocery store. Most of their stuff is healthier. There's still some stuff in there, but it's okay. But then Natural Grocers, everything is health. There's no sugars. There's no all these extra products in it. And it's nice, a nice vibe. Then you walk into Kroger, King Supers, whatever, Walmarts and stuff. And on the overhead, they're talking about like the shingles virus. And it could already be in you. Make sure you schedule an appointment today to see if you're the one that's affected. Fear amongst all these toxic chemicals in the food. But you don't want to hear us when we say that they are injecting you with experimental stuff that's just here to make a few pharmaceutical industries a couple of dollars. But you don't want to hear us because you trust the person in the lab coat, doctor's jacket. Please tell me the difference between the two. Y'all are so brainwashed that y'all don't even question the fact, especially here in Colorado. I know it's in other places, but specifically here, plastic bags are being, phased out, which is kind of a good thing. It's a net positive. But here's the thing. Why is it that us consumers are already being stressed by inflation and all this type of stuff? Why is it that we have to give up our plastic bags to take our stuff out of the store, but that manufacturers can continuously wrap their bread, wrap their chicken, wrap the crackers, wrap all put the peanut butter in plastic jars? Why are they allowed to use plastic, but we have to pay 10 cents per bag for our groceries? Y'all ever heard that phrase, rules for thee, not for me? This was evident during 2020 with the Yaminer. You know what I'm saying? The stand 6 feet apart stuff, which came out that Dr. Fauci literally said himself, this is not misinformation, that number just came up. So they gave you a phrase, trust the science. They said, trust the science. And y'all always latch on to the phrase, trust the science, build back better, make America great again. Yes, we can. They hide all of the lies between a handful of words, and y'all keep buying it. We are now at the point, and I've used this example before, whether it was due to those things or politics, we have discommunicated ourselves from family because of the people that we will never meet in real life. And you don't see how they are controlling your minds? All we can do is keep yelling it over and over, and it's up to you to keep on adopting it and keep on researching and looking into the information that we put out here yourselves. That's all we can do. Till the next one.